Welcome to the elevator pitch. So delighted today to have a great friend of mine with a great story, who's the founder and designer of this really cool logo here, but the founder of the Cure CMT Foundation.
Yes.
And so many other things, Mr. Pat Livney. So Pat, I've known you to be a business leader, a great family person. Can you talk a little bit about, why don't we start from the thing that you're doing right now and work our way backwards with Cure CMT? Can you talk a little bit about that and what you're up to?
Sure, Hugh, and pleasure being here. Thank you, my friend. CMT is three initials of three doctors that founded a rare genetic disease back in the 1800s.
Okay.
It stands for Charcot-Marie-Tooth,
Right.
the three doctors. There was actually a German doctor, but they didn't allow him to have naming rights at the time. And it's really the MS of the peripheral nerve system.
Okay.
So it affects your hands, your feet, your legs, and your arms.
Okay.
And what happens is when you don't have a nerve that is properly firing, you don't have muscles.
Right.
So your nerves are messed up, which leads to muscle degradation. It's a progressive disease, and it's a disease that does not have any cure
Right.
or any treatment. And I've been on a mission literally since I was 30 years old, when I was told I'd be in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
to make a difference and try to find it. So shortly we'll be launching Cure CMT organization, and it will have two purposes. One, to help CMT patients currently.
Right.
And the only way I can help them, or we can help them, is by making sure they get access to leg braces,
Right.
or in extreme cases, massive operations for the ankles. So that's the first primary thing we're going to be doing. And then secondarily, we'll be investing in a VC model, venture capital model, into biotech and pharma.
Okay.
That have technology or have something that might accelerate that first treatment find.
So you're going to be starting a fund then, raising a fund, or you're going to be participating in a...
We're actually going to be wrapping the VC inside the 501c3.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
So it'll be all 501c3. The large donors will have an opportunity to partake on a private basis.
Wrapping a VC within the hallowed halls of a 501c3, right? And it sounds like a novel concept and something that's not done. And, you know, can you talk a little bit about how that idea, the genesis behind that idea, and what you think can be gained by, you know, creating such a structure?
Yeah, so we live in a country that's the most generous country on earth and always will be. And we have laws that are structured to benefit and do good.
Right.
I will tell you, when I started my journey with the CMTA, it was really an old-fashioned RFP process, request for proposal.
Sure.
With no strategy, nothing behind it. And back at the time, the Livney Foundation had donated a substantial amount. And I walked into my second board meeting, Hugh, and I saw that this 25-year organization didn't have a balance sheet, didn't have financials, and we're handing out money without any accountability.
Right.
So that's when I started thinking things have to change on how 501c3s operate.
Right.
So I threw a business mentality into the 501c3. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, I think we were one of the first to give a grant to, say, Duke University or Columbia, but mandate not only that they report their findings on a quarterly basis,
Right.
accountability,
Right.
But hit milestones
Sure.
before they get more money.
Right.
And so I think we were the first to really change the dynamic and paradigm as to holding people accountable for precious donor money.
Right, yeah.
It's a real simple concept, and the CMTA grew from, at the time, about 500,000 in donors to about 5 million in donors
Right.
in short order. So when I left that, it was clear that there was more capital needed just on the research side, and I want to fix this disease.
Right.
So I started, co-founded the CMT Research Foundation.
Okay.
And we added a little bit more in the sense of an economic benefit back to the 501c3. So we would pay for a project identified that would be accelerating a potential
Right.
treatment, but on top of the accountability, we asked for an economic benefit back in the form of warrants, in the form of equity, in
Yeah,
the form of
that makes
whatever.
sense.
So you're getting back, not personally, but
Right,
the
the
organization.
organization.
And if one of them hits, guess what?
The organization's doing
Has
really
to
well.
do well, and you got more projects to
Right.
fund. The idea of a VC type of mentality, and this is me thinking, you have academia attacking this disease, and you have commercial now. So the 501c3 VC model that I'd like to put into gear is really align the organization's interests with the third party or the company that you're investing in.
Right.
And there's a natural inclination, if you're a pharma or a biopharma, you want to get to the promised land as quickly as possible, so your shareholders are taken care
Right.
of. We want to get it as quickly as possible,
Right.
so we treat patients.
Right.
And so the marriage of both of them align 100%. So any investments we'll be making, we'll be getting equity in that company
Right.
or
Yeah,
that
yeah.
project.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, that's
So-
a fantastic way to catalyze what you're doing. And you know, people often say that the 501c3 is just a tax structure, but most of them aren't often run like real businesses.
Well, you know what's great too, because you have large donors, and to the extent that we have all the experts on
Right.
our side, if Hugh Williams wants to donate X amount, you're going to have an opportunity to do it in the 501c3, but on a personal basis as well.
Yeah.
So take advantage of the expertise around you and the vetting that's being done before that capital goes out the door.
I love it. I love
So-
it. That's an incredible model. So,
Yeah.
now you mentioned when you were told that you're going to spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair. CMT is not just an organization that you support. This is part of the life that you live. Can you talk about when were you diagnosed and
Yes, I was
that journey?
I was diagnosed when I was very active and athletic, and I broke my ankle at the age of 16. Rehabbed it, and it broke in the same place. And that's when, back in 79, 80, they diagnosed me, which was kind of a miracle, because the first gene that was proven to be causing the disease was found in 1991.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and since then we have found over 100 genes that are culprits of the various types
Wow.
of CMT. So that's when I found out. I was a cynic back then, as you know, I'm a cynic and I always ask questions. But I scoured the earth. My parents let me go to Europe, to Luxembourg, to Hungary, to France, as well as Columbia Presbyterian, just to confirm what it was.
Oh, wow.
Because no one knew what CMT was.
Right.
And quite frankly, my parents never knew, but I didn't show the doctors in Europe the pile of paperwork.
Sure.
Because I wanted them to diagnose
Right.
me.
Oh, yeah.
Without precondition.
Yeah,
So, I went to college in Lehigh University. I killed a lot of brain cells for 10 years because I figured between 20 and 30, that's it. That's my life.
Oh, you thought of what you
So I didn't sleep for 10
Right,
years
right.
in trying to cram everything in.
Right,
So,
right. How'd that work out? It worked out well, right? Oh,
you know, there was bumps in the roads, but at the end of the day, I ended up getting a degree in engineering, as well as when I hit 30, I said, you know what? I'm still a single-digit handicap golfer, which I
Right.
took up, and it's like, now I got to get busy trying to do something for
Right.
me. So
Yeah, so when you were 30, then it hit you, and you're like, hey, I'm still here. I can make something happen. So what you do? Where were you at professionally in your life at that point?
So I spent 15 years on Wall Street, so institutional bond salesman, and in 99, 2000, went to the buy side,
Right.
and then quickly realized I really liked the buy side. You ran your own show, started an asset management firm, and we ran the firm from zero to about 25 billion in assets under management, and sold in 06, 07, which better be lucky than good sometimes.
Right, timing.
Exactly.
Right.
But it allowed me to start following the passion of trying to help CMT patients, et cetera. And that's when the CMTA came into my life and moved in. So.
And how many people are afflicted with CMT?
The prevalence is based on a study that probably has no relevance today, but it's said it's 1 in 2,500.
Well,
I can make a cogent argument that it's probably twice as prevalent because it's underreported. And
1 in 2,500. That seems like a big number. It feels like a big number.
It's quote unquote rare, as defined by the NIH, et cetera. But I think there are probably 6 to 10 million people that suffer from the disease.
Wow.
So.
Wow. And so, what are some of the new things that you're going to be doing with this organization? So you've got the VC that's going to be a supercell within it, or what are some of the plans for it?
So I've got a world-renowned doctor, Dr. Pfeffer, who's on the board and active and he'll be spearheading the surgery side.
Okay.
To the extent a patient is diagnosed and needs it under a protocol. And I've got a great guy out of Michigan who is an orthotic specialist, if you will, and he actually built my braces that allowed me to run. I don't know if you remember, but I ran a Spartan race in North Carolina, and that was about 8 years ago. But without the braces, I wouldn't even have contemplated it. Carbon fiber braces. So it's very simple for me. The idea for Cure CMT is do something now, make an immediate impact on patients while we continue to bring capital to a much needed field of trying to fix the disease.
Yeah. So, hey, so Pat, one of the things that we like to ask is, in the elevator, who is Pat Livney?
I don't know if I've ever been asked that question, Hugh, quite frankly. I think I'm an incredibly loyal human being. I've got longtime friends, cherish my family.
Yeah.
I have a beautiful daughter here in Chicago. In the investment banking world, couldn't be more proud of. And I'm proud of my heritage. It's funny, when my parents raised us, they always said a couple of things. A, you're born into this world naked and with your last name.
Right.
And if you protect that last name, anything you do in life will be protected with integrity. And I've never forgotten that. And the other mantra that they always instilled in us, which is probably evident, is you try to make the next generation better than yours.
Right.
I don't know if we've accomplished that for my daughter's generation. In fact, I have serious doubts and I'm skeptical, but we strive to get there. So you leave the world better than when you were on it.
I really appreciate you being on the show today. I know you got to run with those alligator shoes on, but I really appreciate it, brother. So thank you.
Have a blessed day, my friend.
You too, man. Thank you.
Thank you.